What I'm about to tell you is so scary. I'm about to tell you, you never heard it anywhere else, and you're probably not going to hear it anywhere else. It's probably going to be the first time. I don't know if this video is going to stay here because I'm probably going to get a lot of hate, but you need to know the truth. So I'm going to try to explain to you in the best way possible. I'm going to make it easy for you. I want you to share the video with anybody that needs to hear this. It's very important. You love dogs, and you love probably American Pitbull Terriers. You might be 50, 60 years old. Maybe you're 20 and your grandfather used to have a dog they call Pitbull. Maybe you're a person that have a bully, an American bully, but you heard that those are not the real Pitbulls. Maybe you're doing show dogs. And I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard before. It's a little bit sad, a little bit happy, but you take it the way you want to take it. Here we go. Since 1990, 1990 is the year. I got into the dogs in 1990. Since 1990, the process of thinking, the learning process, everything started for me in 1990 when it comes to the American Pitbull Terrier. There have been 4 different events happening in the United States and slowly affecting the entire world about the name of a dog called American Pitbull Terrier, which the name of the dog, Pitbull, is within the name of this dog and is not in any other breed. They have taken the name and put it into other dogs. But since 1990, remember that, since 1990, there has been 4 different things that be happening together at the same time. The last one is going to make you happy. The first 3 are freaking scary. Forget about the dog in the street. Forget about the dog you can buy in the back of the truck. You never know what it is. But 4 dogs, you will know exactly what we're talking about. Number 1 is going to be the show dog. It's going to be a dog that has a registration. It's going to be a dog that goes to dog shows to get points, whatever. But they're bred by guys that are very enthusiastic, that they really like their dogs. They want to do something good. They don't want to do anything illegal, and they want to just show their dogs. They don't know how to breed. So they go through these ribbons. They pick up the dogs by the opinion of people. No expert eye, no real dogmen. Those are not dogmen. They tell you they're dogmen. They don't qualify to be dogmen. Somebody give them a little ribbon, a little trophy, a little whatever. They're not real dogmen. They never qualify as a dogman. When I was in the 90s, the real dogmen will look at them as a joke. They were never dogmen. So as time went by, they might call themselves dogmen. That was since 1990. At the same time, since 1990, there was a dog that was squeezed and mixed within those dogs of the show dogs. And then the same people that show dogs rejected them as fake paper hang pit bulls, fake pit bulls. They were advertised with big heads. They're not real pit bulls. Blue, zeal color, whatever. They got rejected. Those dogs, they got rejected. They didn't have a space where to succeed, but they had a huge market and a boom that people wanted to get those dogs. So while you had other people that couldn't sell their pit bulls for more than $1,000, those dogs were being sold for $2,000, $3,000, $10,000. And on those days, it spiraled. $50,000 for a dog, it was very common. They carved themselves a market on selling dogs. And the thing was, the most weird the color, the more they sold. The bigger, the fatter, the more they sold. The bigger the head, the more they sold. And then in 2004, they gave them a pedigree and they gave them a name, American Bully. But in that process, there were different branches of different mutants coming along the way. Everybody had their own salsa, their own spike. All mutants coming out. For one time, back in the 1990s, they used to call them, at the time, back in the 1990s, they used to call them, 1990s, they used to call them Pitbulls, giant Pitbulls, XL, double X's, whatever. They became macros that look like frogs with their legs all bow-legged, just something disgusting. Those dogs, so there were 4 things: show dogs and those dogs, the deformation, the mutants, the land of the mutants, the land of the gremlins, and some of those dogs on every level, they can make a good pet. But the ones that hurt people and kill people and all the time were in the news were the second tier. Those are the 4 tiers I'm giving you. The second tier. The street dog, I'm not even counting on it. The second tier. The second tier of those dogs is the Mutant XL, whatever bully, XL, whatever it is, whatever mix they got, Mastiff, Bandog, whatever. The third tier. The third tier, that's where all the dogs used to come from. At one point, all the dogs branched from Gamedogs. But the 1990s was extremely bombastic for those dogs. By 2010, we got going into deeper into the topics. Social media came here, blah, 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 blah. The real breeders of those dogs, of those different bloodlines, 20 top bloodlines, boom, 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 all the 20 top, the men, they just vanished. They got out of the dogs. It was the biggest exodus in history. I told you I was going to tell you something never heard. Around between 2007, 2008, 2010, all those older guys got out of the dogs. They got out of the dogs for so long that years later, some of the nobodies came out of their closets and says, I'm still alive. Some of them you never heard of because they were gone for 15 years. They start coming back and say, I'm alive, I'm an old timer, I got this, I got that. But they were all gone. They sold their dogs, they gave them away, they got out of the dogs. They dropped the dogs. They sold their dogs to a lower tier group of people. That lower tier of people is called the swamp. Watered down dogs from the 1990s, bred by one guy, bred by another guy, given to another guy, local level American dog fighters. Criminals of every level. Those are the bad guys. Those are the guys that are on the ground, they YouTube making videos, blah, 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 and Facebook, whatever. Those are the guys. And they all talk shit about me. Those are the guys. 3 tiers I just gave you. Tier number 4 is the hope of the breed. I started in 1990, and I started working on developing the dogs. When all those 3 tiers were going down the toilet, I was actually ramping up, developing the dogs, making them better. And I actually this way ramped up for the breed. I started making it better, 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 better. Every generation, awesome book. Make this breeding, that breed, make those dogs travel around the world, living in Brazil, creating great dogs. 2012, I looked around to what's going on online in in the country of United States, and I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted because what I'm seeing is they call Pitbull anything. And I was disgusted because what I saw, it was just terrible. And I wanted to put the cookies on the lower shelf. And I say, if I call them American Pitbull Terriers, because those are fake, so I'm going to call them real American Pitbull Terriers. I says, they're not going to understand it because the guys are so lost. I got to use the old name, the street level name called Pitbull. So I call them real Pitbull. And the real Pitbull, the real Pitbull became that dog. And that real Pitbull became a page to teach people and instruct people. But I created dogs that were superior than anybody. You see, when you see a breed, you see one color. When you see a Rockwalder, you don't see a white Rockwalder, you don't see a blue Rockwalder, you see them all black with a little bit of tan, black and tan. And the same thing, most bloodlines, you see, not bloodline, one breed, you see one color. I got red wagons of dogs, same color. And the color is important when it comes from the right dog. You could have a red dog and it's not good because what's in the inside is the best. You know, you can have a Mustang that's 4-cylinder and you park it next to the Mustang that is 8-cylinder with 1,000 horsepower, and they look on the outside, they look the same, but the inside is different. My dogs not only look better, but my dogs are better. They're pets. I raised them to be this way. 4 roads since 1990. 3 for destruction. The swamp has the popular guys. There are a couple names, you mentioned their names, everybody around the world know them. Not because they were great for the breed, but because they all sold dogs for $1. I'm not here to sell you a dog. I'm here to educate you. We're the last hope of the breed. The golden vein, the real American Pitbull Terrier. The dog of the champions. The dogs that go back to the 1990s, go back to the 1980s, go back to the 1970s, and he has the best dogs of those times. But in the 1990s, coming forward in the hands of Chico Lopez, the dogs became the best dogs in the world. Super dogs, super pets, like Atos from Busha. And those are the last dogs of the breed. And there are just very few of them, and they're exclusive. They're not available to everybody. Because if I make them available to everybody, They will do what they always done. You never heard this before. Now you hear it here. I want you to pay attention. I know there's going to be a lot of haters hating this video because the show dogs don't like this news, because the guys that sell the mutants don't like this video, and the swampers definitely don't like this video. There's going to be a lot of crybabies, and I wish I could have boxes of Kleenex so I can pass them on so they cry and wipe their tears. But this video was made for you that are older, that you have an old dog, and the dog is about to pass, but you took care of the dog for so many years, and you need to find someone you can trust with great dogs. This video is for you, the one that have amazing life with amazing dogs. My name is Chico Lopez, therealpitbull.com, 123pitbull.com, chicolopez.com. God bless you. God bless your family. Share the video with good members. Remember, we're making things to make the dogs better. My name is Chico Lopez. I salute all the smart people. Only the guys with IQ do not get upset with this video. Only the guys with IQ remember and say, you know what, this guy is right. Only the guys with IQ. You can always ask them, if I take a sheet of paper and I put your name here and Chico Lopez's name here, we'll start writing down everything, what makes you better. Like if we're comparing Michael Jordan to LeBron James, if we do that exercise, you and Chico Lopez, who is better? They'll curse you. They'll curse you. They'll start giving excuses. They'll hang up the phone from you. God bless you. Love America. Take care of yourself. Don't fight dogs. Don't try to become a breeder, because breeders are the cancer of the breed. God bless you. Stay out.